Hey, what's up? It's Mindy Kaling, and I'm gonna take you through my skincare and my makeup routine. My vision for my look tonight is kind of a sneaky beat. You know, it's a dinner out with some of my girlfriends, but I don't want them to leave thinking like, whoa, she was wearing a lot of makeup. More like, whoa, she has great skin. When I was a kid, I did not understand the toner step in makeup, and now that I'm an adult with oily skin, it's such a necessity. I love this La Mer Oil Absorbing Tonic. It's just sort of like sucks out all the oil. My next step is my Lion Pose Unspotted 4X Serum. This is for my hyperpigmentation. Like, I have this little crop of marks that I got from old zits. I usually use it at nighttime, but I really want to get rid of these. And then this guy over here, so I'm going to do it during the day. And I'm going to pair it with sunscreen, of course. My next step is this Charmless Under Face Butter, which is a moisturizer. With a name like Face Butter, it feels like it's going to be really thick and oily, but it isn't. It's just really good at like keeping a glow on my face, and then also makeup looks really good over it. When I was younger, I remember my mom would do Clinique 3-step, and I thought, 3 steps? That's so many steps for skincare. And now I do like 17 steps. I look back at that and laugh. This next step, which is really fun, is these Aquaphor repairing hand masks. When I was a kid watching sitcoms, I would always wonder why the sitcom moms would be getting into bed putting moisturizer on their hands. I was like, why are their hands so dry all the time? And now I'm literally that woman who has dry hands who's doing that. And so what I love about these Aquaphor hand masks is that they're moisturizing for your hands, because hands age, didn't know that. They're like clown hands, but I swear they're so good for your skin. And then you can just tape them shut. So while I have my Mickey Mouse hands on, I'm going to use my face roller. This one is Angela Caglia. It's rose quartz, and it just feels like I'm just a fancy Beverly Hills lady who does this all day. The truth is I don't do this that often, but it's nice and cold, and I think it gets rid of some puffiness. I definitely have less time than I used to now that I have kids, but I spend more time on this stuff now. Maybe because anti-aging is important to me, or just because it feels like a nice way to unwind. A big part of my self-care routine is working out. I just feel like it's really cathartic, both physically and mentally. And if I can start my day with a workout, I'm just like in a better mood. These can come off now. My next step is sunscreen. I love the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen. I feel like I knew that I was supposed to wear sunscreen for the past 20 years, but I've only actually implemented it for the past 6 years. Don't tell my dermatologist. All right, so let's get into our sneaky beat. The first thing I'm gonna use is this Hourglass concealer. And I just do little dots. I kind of learned how to do my makeup from my mom. You know, my mom was an immigrant, and I think when she came to this country, she kind of felt like people treated her better if she was more put together. So makeup, being dressed up was really empowering to her, and she really instilled that in me and said that that's really important. All right, so now I'm gonna put on my foundation. I love this Sisley foundation. It's so light, it almost feels more like a tinted moisturizer. The casts on my shows are so diverse that it's so important that we have makeup artists and hairstylists who know how to do a range of skin tones. It's really important to me with the products I'm using to try to use as many women of color as possible. My next step is this Dr. Laura Dampian Lip Plump. Sometimes when I hear about lip plump, I'm like, I don't wanna look like crazy or anything, but this stuff is so good, it just gives you the best version of your lips. All right, powder time. This is such an important step for me. I'm obsessed with this powder by Ami Collet. I have such oily skin that I start getting shiny almost instantly. I always get so excited for the Met and kind of nervous, and this year I did a pretty stupid thing, which was I wanted my skin to look perfect, so I started using retinol for the first time the month before the Met, and my skin all peeled off, and I got breakouts. It was terrible. Never start something you've never done right before a big event. Jonathan Simkai, who's this incredibly chic designer who designed my gorgeous gown, came over and was like, what's on your face? And it was just like a 1-inch thick layer of Aquaphor to just like calm my skin down. So I don't recommend starting a new product before you get married or go to the Met. So brows stress me out. I know how important they are for the face, and when I see someone with amazing brows, I'm like, oh my God, Lily Collins brows. And so I got this really helpful kit. I love this. I just like dab a little bit on there and strong brow. Too strong? You know what? I'm gonna own it. So when I was a kid, I was always doing like the bright purple, blue, Urban Decay, like awesome shadows, and I absolutely love them. But as I've gotten older, I just don't know how to apply it right. I feel like if I was a professional makeup artist, I'd do it better. So I stick to more of these neutral tones, which I love. So I'm gonna do a cream shadow. I love a cream shadow because you can kind of just like smear it around. I just like to hit it a little bit with this Troy Surratt shadow. It's liner time, and liner is by far the most stressful step of the makeup process. I can't tell you how many times I try to do a cat eye that turns into a smoky eye because I messed it up, and today might be one of those days. We will find out. My favorite liner though is this Rare Beauty one. Selena, you nailed it on the liners. And I like Only Murders in the Building too, so 2 for 2. So my strategy with liner is just to do like a little at a time. I am such an impatient person, but this is a time where I really have to take it slow. I saw on TikTok that the way you do a cat eye is you do a line that goes up to meet the end of your brow. We're gonna try that. It's fine. I'm not going to like a movie premiere. Then I hit my lower waterline with this Pat McGrath pencil. This is weird. I like to use a pencil for under eye and liquid for the top eye. My favorite mascara, this brush is nice and thin so it can get into all the little crevices of your eye. I have a little trick where I count to 50. I do 50 wand spreads per eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 50. I don't know, I think that's a good amount. Steal that trick if you like it. I love blush. I think it looks so pretty, even if it's the only makeup that I'm wearing. So I layer on 2 of these Rare Beauty liquid blushes. One of my favorite makeup looks for any character was Kelly Kapoor. She would wear such thick purple eyeshadow. Kelly was always so funny because I'm like, why are you wearing purple eyeshadow? You work at a paper company in Scranton, Pennsylvania. But she loved it, and she got Ryan, so it all worked out. I think with my characters, I always like them to be more dramatic than me because I don't get to do that in real life. So with Kelly Kapoor with her makeup, or with Mindy Lahiri and all of her mixed prints and colors, I think it's really fun to play those kind of characters. I have come a long way with makeup. When I was going to the 40-Year-Old Virgin premiere, I got my makeup done at the MAC counter on Robertson. I don't even know if it's still there. With all the other things I had to care about in my beauty routine, I don't think about lips that much, but when I was on Ocean's 8, Cate Blanchett gave the entire cast this electronic lip scrubber. It looked a little bit like a sex toy, but it was a lip scrubber, and you push the bottom of it and it just like exfoliated your lips. And she was the one that taught me about lip care. So that's why I use this Laura Devkin lip plumper, and I still have that lip scrubber. It's so good. Thank you, Cate Blanchett. It's lip liner time. Love the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. I have like 5 shades of colors in my lips, so I just like to even it out. Nothing do I love more than watching Taylor Swift walk to the studio recording or from the gym with her red lip. I think it is so amazing. But the thing that's most impressive is that it is never messed up. It's always in her natural lip line. So I wish I could do that, and I can't. So I stick to kind of like a gloss, because if it gets messed up, you really can't tell. I use this gloss by Anastasia called Sunbaked, and it's just really good if you have brown skin. I love a contoured makeup look, but I am so bad at doing it. So I got this brush to help me out. It's kind of like a little narrow brush. You can really get in there on either side of my nose. And I do a really light contour myself because it can look kind of like clownish. I am using this NARS bronzer color in Valley. You can get like right up on the forehead, which is a place where I like to be a little bit darker. This was so much fun. Thank you for joining me in my sneaky beat. And shh, don't tell my mom friends how much time it took. Bye, thanks.